sync licensing. Okay? We're going to be talking about this all week this week. Placing music in visual media like films, TV, commercials or advertising, video games. This is an important avenue for everyone, but today especially I want to talk about why it's an important avenue for you if you are a music artist or a composer or songwriter or producer who kind of thinks of yourself as an artist. But today we're really focusing on artists, and this is the first in a series of videos I call 5 outrageous claims about sync licensing, all leading up to the last and final one called How You Can and Should Get into Sync Licensing. It's not outrageous, actually, but to me, if you are not thinking about this and you make any kind of music income, you need to be thinking about this. So welcome. If you are new to the channel, we make and talk about all kinds of music income, but including sync licensing, which is really going to be the focus of our video today. This is not going to be like a normal video where I go into all sorts of things and we talk for a long time about news and other stuff. That's saved for our Friday lives. But this series, you could say, is going to be just different than what we normally do. We're going to talk about 5 outrageous claims. Today we're talking about why artists have to sync. The day 2 of this will be sync licensing and why it's so crucial to composers. If you're a composer, we're going to be talking about why this is so crucial. And thank you for that thumbs up, by the way. Everybody, if you can, if you're in here right now, give me a thumbs up because I want as many people to see this information as possible. This is a information-laden week of videos, 5 videos that you could just sit and watch and get lots of. I will go back in and edit out some stuff that won't make any sense later. Maybe even that statement I just said. So day 2 is why sync licensing is crucial to composers. Day 3 will be about why non-exclusive sync is still a big thing, and we're going to talk about that. Day 4 is why we're going to talk about it's not all about the sync brief. And this goes against conventional wisdom. Everything I kind of talk about in my sync teachings kind of sometimes goes against conventional wisdom, but I'm kind of a go against conventional wisdom guy. So day 5, which will be our big webinar on the Getting in Sync course. And what is the Getting in Sync course, you say? I've never heard of this before. What is Getting in Sync? Well, there it is. It is the Getting in Sync course, which is now complete, and we'll be talking about that in a little while. It's all leading up, and it's sponsored by this course, and this will be the final week I'll be talking about this on a daily basis because I've been working hard to get this thing done, and it's now done except for the bonus content, which will be appearing over the next few days. Today, we're going to be talking about artists and why artists are, why they need to be really focused on sync. And this is something that I can't talk enough about because there's a lot of reasons. I'm going to go through about 6 reasons today why artists, and if you're a composer or if you are a writer or a songwriter, or maybe you're just you don't really feel like you're an artist because you're a composer or something like that. You're still an artist. You're still thought of as an artistic person. But especially if you have some kind of artist name or artist brand, today's video is all about why you have to sync, why it's so important that you have to sync. And there's a reason why I think artists have to sync. And there's a reason why I am even talking about it besides the course coming out and stuff like that. But I'm getting ready to restart my record label. And as I restart my record label, one of the main things that I think about is what am I going to offer artists and people that I record and work with. And I work with more than artists. I work with composers. I work with songwriters. But as I start this label, I'm concerned that I have to offer more than what we used to offer 10 years ago. We offer more than just recording. We have to offer more than just social marketing. We have to offer more than just physical media, and no one is really buying physical media anymore. We have to offer more than radio, PR, and video marketing, which in my thoughts is kind of dumb. I'm not sure radio and PR, which are very expensive to do, by the way, thousands and thousands of dollars per use. You could pay a PR person $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You can pay radio $3,000 or $4,000 to try to get on the radio. You can pay video marketing. I just think there's got to be more. And what I have seen and heard from not just the industry of licensing, but actual people who are having success as artists or as sync licensing people with their artistry. And so this is one reason why I'm doing this video today. Doing sync makes you more music income as an artist. It's one of the problems that we've had with helping artists and marketing artists when I was a music producer mainly and focused on that was that there was never, ever a back end for artists. They could put their stuff on BMI, but they weren't really doing anything except possibly if they did radio to make any kind of back end income. There wasn't really any kind of back end income for artists because they would just go out and do shows, or likely they would do nothing. I'd make a beautiful CD and website and social media and all that, and artists would say, "Hey, everybody, look," and then they would just put it in the garage. And so we did not have anything for them besides the sales of their stuff to make music income from. So what I think sync does for artists is it provides significant, possibly significant, and possibly steady income from a couple different sources, because sync deals offer not only money in the back end from your PRO, from television play and different things like that, but it also offers royalties upfront in sync deals. And these are just two incomes that artists haven't really concentrated on in the past. And I know some artists that only concentrate on this. We talked to Tamara Bubble. All she does is really focus on this. And so I think it's important that artists who are looking for new ways to make music income, and again, if you are a composer or a songwriter and you don't consider yourself an artist, like you're not going to put your face on a cover and be, the next Beyonce or the next whoever, you feel like you're not. But sync agents and music supervisors and everybody in the sync world think of you as an artist. So if you want to make more music income, to me, I think you need to come up, if you're not going to be an artist in face and name, you should be an artist in brand. I think that's very important. So more music income and more diverse music income is what you can see as an artist in sync. This continues to be a thing. Physical media, who knows where it's going? I mean, if you look at the RIAA stats, things are improving a little bit in physical media, but it's just an afterthought for most people. Do you buy physical music media? Do you buy even vinyl? Do you buy cassettes or CDs? No, probably not. And even if you did, would you have a place to play them? I have 1,000 cassettes around here that I'd love to go back and mine for songs to redo, and I can't find a good cassette deck that doesn't cost $400. That's new. I need something professional. So anyway, I don't think that you're going to make music income with physical products unless you're selling T-shirts, or you come up with a vinyl strategy, which we will be doing with our artist on our label. Is come up with probably 100 vinyl records that we make on every project when we do like an EP or an album, because I think those are some things that people buy. You can get more exposure with sync. You can reach a wider audience, and I'm seeing this because I just had I don't have a picture of it here, but I just had a wonderful play on a show called what is that show called? Love is Blind. If I can find it for you, I'll show it to you. But Love is Blind is a show on Netflix, and I had a really nice placement on that show. And I have no idea if I can find this graphic, but that was a really great opportunity, and it has absolutely been a very helpful thing for Positive Spin Songs as far as for people to find us, and something nice to show off as well. When I got on Love is Blind, it's a very popular show on Netflix. And so it continues to get a lot of exposure because people will find a reality show like that. It's a reality dating show. And when they find a show like that, and it's in season 6 now, they will just watch that all the way through. And they'll just pick a weekend and they'll just, binge the whole show. And people find that song. And because the song was a major placement at the beginning of the show, everybody seems to want to Shazam it and find out where it is and goes to Spotify and listens to it and all that kind of stuff. So way more audience reach than if it was just an instrumental playing behind some show or something, because it kind of starts out with the instrumental and then the logo of the show comes up. The very first of the show, when everybody's still watching, it's not down the road when everybody has said, that's enough of this silly show. Right at the top of this show. And it goes right with the logo, and the words and the music come in, and you can tell what the name of the song is. You could even easily Google what the title of the song is. So a lot more exposure for that song and for my brand, and global reach. Not just a little exposure here and there, but global reach across anyone who is watching Netflix anywhere in the world is able to see this show and hear that song. And I have seen the differences. Am I going to talk about that while we're talking about exposure, more exposure for the song on Spotify, which has brought in more of this. It's brought in more music income because it's getting hundreds of streams per week, and it's gotten thousands so far, and that has pushed, and then that pushes the rest of my catalog that's up on Spotify and Apple and all those places, and then more music income is generated from streaming. So exposure leads to more income, and that's a good thing. And global reach. The television has been amazing. I've got some NFL placements that I'm excited to see how they do. I had placements on other Netflix shows and things like that. So this is something that comes with sync, and you want to get into this. Let's get into the third thing, and that is branding. I think branding is something that we don't think much about as composers. The whole reason we want to get into sync licensing from if you're mainly focused on libraries, is that you just kind of get money for putting your music out there, and you're kind of quietly in the background. But artists don't think like that. Artists want to align with brands. They want to have promotional opportunities and partnerships. They want to enhance and grow their credibility and their reputation. And artists love brands, or love branding themselves. They love being part of things. So let's say that I was an artist instead of a music producer and put that song on Love is Blind, and there was a artist name with it. Well, I could turn that into a whole thing, especially it's a girl singing the song. But if it was the girl, it was an artist of mine from my label, I could turn that into a whole brand alignment with Love is Blind. I could even possibly contact Love is Blind and do some kind of brand alignment with them. But I tell you, it's just something that artists need to be thinking about and need to be focusing on. The next thing I want to talk about today for why artists have to do sync. I think sync licensing is a crucial element if you're going to be an artist in today and you're going to make music. Let me tell you this. Every other artist that is doing this. They are doing sync licensing and getting their songs that they're putting on Spotify, that they're going out and doing concerts with. They're also their labels are actively trying to get their songs into sync licensing. Why? Because it's another income stream. It's more, and all artists always want more. Another thing that being an artist and being in sync licensing can bring to you is creative opportunities that allow artists to have different things happen, different projects. They get, they find that they could be part of advertising campaigns. They can be part of just all sorts of different stuff. One artist I know that I've interviewed on this channel, she did a terrific jingle slash song that she pitched to a grocery store chain, which flew her out to California and included her in the music video, or I should say I guess it was a music video, but they use it for television advertising. And they flew her out and they put her in the actual thing. I think that for television, I think that is so cool that they put her out in a TV show. They flew her out and put her in the commercial, and it was a rap type of artist, and she was able to rap, and then they have some of the other employees doing rap and stuff. It was still her voice. But that's the kind of opportunities I'm talking about that sync can bring. Other things could be aligning yourself with a brand that hears your song, likes it so much that they want you to become part of what they are doing. So I think this is a terrific thing for not just artists, but composers, songwriters, any kind of brand that you might be aligning with another brand. I'm trying to think, has it happened with me and any of my songs? To some extent now, I mean, I have aligned, some of my songs have aligned with NFL football on CBS, which makes me so happy. I hope that happens a lot more because I'm a sports crazy person. But, you know, it just gives you a chance to work in different music genres. It's another opportunity, and get you involved in different places that you never would have got into before as an artist. So I think that's important. All right, let's now talk about the next thing. I've got two more things here. There are just ongoing benefits, and mainly royalties. One of the things that we love about TV is that every time your content, your music is featured in some show or something, you get paid. If it's reporting correctly, you get paid every time. This could go on for years. This could go on in our guy Jesse at Sync My Music. If you ever watch Jesse, thumbs up if you see Jesse at Sync My Music. And we do hear from Jesse in this ebook. In my course, we have a whole section where Jesse tells us how he got into sync. But this whole thing, he's still getting lots of royalties. If you ever watch one of his royalty things where he shows his BMI thing and it's got 200 pages to it, and Jesse has been hasn't been really completely focused on putting new music into libraries. This is just stuff that he's put in over the past 10, 20 years. And it just continues to bring him income, ongoing benefits. And this is one thing that's very tough when I work with artists, and I work with them in the studio and I help them. They release an album, and once of course, back in the day, they could sell CDs, but now it's a very brief process. Do you know why everybody does singles? Does anybody know why everybody does singles instead of albums? It's because they can market each single and spend a month marketing a single or 2 months marketing a single and then put another single out. When you put an album out, everybody consumes it like pigeons consuming stuffed bread on a sidewalk, or they go crazy for it and they consume it all up, and then they don't have to ever listen to it again because they consumed it that week. It's kind of like when Netflix puts a show out, a new movie, the stats say that 90-something% of the people watch it that first week and never watch it again. And so a lot of people are putting out these songs. Well, that's what these royalties can continue giving to artists once they get them on television, once they get them into things. And so I think sync deals can keep older songs relevant. They bring them back into awareness. Look at what happened with Kate Bush and Running Up That Hill with Stranger Things lately, and just brought this artist back into relevance. And all artists love to be relevant again, especially when they were once relevant and now they're not relevant anymore. All artists like to be relevant again. And so that is certainly ongoing royalties, ongoing possible relevance. These are big deals for artists. And probably what I feel is the most important thing, and thumbs this up if you agree with this, but and maybe you just don't know, but from my point of view and in my conversations with especially sync agents, it's what they are looking for. The artists are what sync agents and music supervisors are looking for, especially if they find a new artist, an indie artist or something like that, and they find somebody who has not been really heard of before, and they find this great song and they are able to say, hey, I found this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the new A&R. It's the new way that people find artists, and it's the new way that artists become a thing, is they or they become a thing again, like I was just talking about. And sync agents and music supervisors, they love this. And my supervisors didn't come out, but they love it. They love to be finding new artists. But I think this last one here, the sync agents and music supervisors looking for artists, I think that is one of the main things that is one of the reasons why artists, and when I work with artists, we're going to be focusing, probably half of our focus will be on how do we get artists and the music that we are making into television and into film and into advertising. How can we make the songs usable for that? Now, we don't want to compromise anybody's artistic genius or anything like that, but we do want to make sure that we are doing something that has a possible back end. It's just about, it used to be that we were making it like for radio. We would say, oh, is this going to play on radio? Now we're more like, is this going to play on TV? And I think that's important when you're recording. I want to just show you a little bit of what's going on in the Getting in Sync course. And it's brand new. I've got it fixed up finally, and it's got a new header on it. And you can see how I got my music on TV. You can see stuff about some of the people who have been in our class that we've had. We've had a little secret class going on to kind of test out this course, and some people have been in it. I described the course. Here is a quote from Serhi, who was part of it, and then what you'll get section is in here also, which it includes a Zoom call, but there's something else coming on Friday that you also might be interested in. I kind of talk about my step-by-step framework and then the pricing. So I do want to point this out that right now, this is the cheapest price it's ever going to be again. By Friday, it's going to go up to its normal price of $97. And the course with the bonus modules, it's going to be complete, but it's at $63. This is kind of my birthday price because it's coming up on my birthday this weekend. So I've got a special $63 price in, and you can also get the course with a full hour Zoom call for $125. But we do have other options coming out on Friday that you might be interested in, and you can, of course, jump up to that. If you do buy it at $63 and get it at its cheapest price, you could probably also get into the other things much cheaper than the Friday prices were going to be. So if you're interested, jump on that. Just go to makemusicincome.com, and you will find a way to get to the courses very simply. Or just go to makemusicincome.com/sync. You can get there too. So here's another quote from Elquin McClarty, who was part of it. And then you can see the whole curriculum. What we were just looking at was, why take this course from me? It's free if you want to go look at it now. And so is the second intro, which I'll also probably be showing off this week. But you can see what's going on in the whole course. And then, like I said, the $63 is the cheapest. Here's our friend Laurie, who was part of our class, Laurie Jean, and a great composer. And she gives a really nice, some really nice thoughts about the course and the class. We're going to be doing courses And we're also going to be running a live class along with this the whole time. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. But if you're an artist, you really need to get into this. And I hope this has been helpful today to you in some ways. And I hope you will check out the Getting in Sync course. That's what we're going to be talking about most of this week, how to get in sync and ending up with how you'll get in sync. Remember, we're going to be here live every day this week, really talking about different reasons why you need to be sync and doing the wheel of free. And thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm excited. But I just want to say thanks for watching. If you want to get in touch with me, make sure you email me at makemusicincome@gmail.com. Travis, wouldn't be bad if you emailed me just so I could get you, we could start talking about your giveaway. Take a look at the Getting in Sync course. You can just find the link for that right below in the description. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming today. I'm going to let you go and enjoy your Monday. It's been a pleasure sitting here and talking with you about all these things. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this or got anything out of it. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, and have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.